Kimmich, I have a question for you this week.
Only this week? You've never had a question before?
No, I've never had a question in my life before this moment.
All right.
Do you think anyone's ever shot a jelly bean into someone else's mouth via a fart?
No,
Why would you think no? I feel like that for
because
sure has happened.
I don't think the fart has enough force to do it. Like
But
we
like,
went
have you ever
over
heard of
10
ping
feet
pong shows?
10 feet per second. Like I don't think it's quite the same. Okay, that's not farting. That
I
and
know,
like
but I feel like it's got to
the
use similar physics.
vagina ping pong. No, not quite, because it's using like the force of the sphincter. Like it's not using the force of a fart.
What?
So like it's using the sphincter muscles rather than just gas escaping those muscles. Because you said
I
powered
thought
by a fart. It's
Well, I thought
different.
ping pong shows were vaginas. But
They
I
are,
mean
yes.
it yeah, the if you're talking about muscle group versus fart propulsion. But like I feel like if a fart can move 10 feet per second, you can shoot a jelly bean out of your butthole.
At 10 feet per second, that's like not very much though. It okay because one is a gas,
You
and now you're
go
adding a solid in the mix.
Yeah, but like have you ever had a really forceful fart?
I have, and I don't think I could
No,
get a jelly
imagine
bean
a
more
jelly
than
bean.
2 feet. You have to be
But that's
real
enough.
close.
If it's 2 feet, that could I'm not saying they were like a fucking skyscraper's distance away. I didn't say shoot a fart 6 miles.
Yeah, you're not saying they like. Did you see this?
What? No. I just mean like if it were possible, I don't think they're across the room from each other. I think it still counts as shooting a jelly bean into somebody's mouth, even if it's like a foot of distance.
I mean, look, you're not shooting a jelly bean via fart into someone's mouth. You're shitting a jelly bean into someone's mouth. Don't dress it up. That's exactly what's happening.
Wouldn't you have to be shitting though?
No.
Like if
This,
I'm just fart propulsioning a jelly bean, I don't think that count. Me farting really hard isn't me shitting my pants.
I mean, shitting is just any like solid coming out of your butt.
No, but I'm saying like if a jelly bean was resting on the cusp and then you had a really forceful fart. I guess maybe you would want it to be in there further, but I don't know.
I'm sorry, can you repeat all of that? I have a cat being noisy, and
If you take
I'm
a jelly bean
today
and you
is
just
already
like
a lot of effort. I need to.
if you take a jelly bean and you just barely put it at the entrance of your butthole, so it's not really quite in and it's not quite out. It's just sort of nestled there. And then you fart like the hardest fart you've ever farted. I feel like you could shoot it into somebody's mouth.
I don't think that's enough force.
Science? Let's test the theory.
Go for it. You text me. I don't care
I'll
what
get
time of
back to
day it
you.
is. Just text me. Let me know, because then I'll know that.
3:35 in the morning. Gamage, we've done it.
Yeah, but at least then I'll know that you've looked at your phone and saw my messages.
I've responded to you a couple times this week.
And yeah,
It's more than normal. Also, fuck you because I'm the one that texted you last, so suck it. I texted you last, so suck it.
it, do you want a medal? Do I bestow a title to you?
Yeah. Call me Jelly
All
Bean
right,
Farter.
jelly bean.
I like that fact checker during our jelly bean conversation sent me an Reddit post that's what happens if you fart while wearing a butt plug. And one of the like fourth comments in is there's actually a butt plug designed that if you fart strong enough, it's like one of those
Yeah,
party kazoos but with your ass.
yeah, yeah. I've seen those on the internet, nowhere else.
Yes, not in person at all.
I also have in my notes talk about Kesha re-recording hit songs to remove P. Diddy references because Sean Combs is a piece of shit animal.
Really?
Girl, yes. What? P. Diddy, you don't.
No, no, no,
Are
no,
are
no.
you
I
like?
meant like did she really re-record them? Not it
Oh,
does is he a
yeah.
Yeah, not the other.
She's re-recording them, yes. Which I can only recall one song that even says P Diddy.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. I am excited for like adult Kesha to re-record. I want her to redo the full song, like a cover of her own shit.
There's a bunch of fan submissions to what it should be, and my
Ooh.
favorite I think is "Wake up in the morning and I need Tree Fitty."
I like that.
About that time I
Did you
noticed it's a
see
Loch Ness monster.
what?
Do you not understand that reference?
What did you just say?
The Loch Ness
No,
monster.
what was the full sentence you just said? All I heard was, there's a Loch Ness Monster.
It is about time that I noticed that was that goddamn Loch Ness monster. Is that better?
Yes, because I didn't hear any of that the first time, and also, no, what the fuck is
Because
that
you were
from?
talking.
I was not the first time you said it. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, what we'll do is when I'm editing this episode is I'll get that unedited clip and I'll send it to you and we'll see. Remind you that there's like latency with Discord chat.
Yeah, well, and that's why I don't think either of us is in the clear on that one. What is that from?
That's an old South Park thing.
Oh, I've only watched South Park once, all the way through. I don't think I've ever seen an episode twice.
Like all of it?
All
Okay,
of
all
it,
right.
from start to finish, all the way through.
There's more. It's not done.
No,
They're
I
doing
know.
more.
I just mean
But
like
it was the episode of Chef's parents because like it's an ongoing gag about like this Loch Ness monster that keeps trying to borrow $3.50. I'm explaining it. It sounds really fucking dumb. I hope you're
sound
happy.
really fucking stupid.
I'm in a funk.
You
I need
know,
to shake out and
I have
I'm just getting aggravated.
I have a suggestion for you. Speaking
Yes,
of
yes, please.
being in a funk and needing to shake it out, have you watched the
Don't.
Olympic breakdancing? Of the lady that went through like an interpretive dance of every Australian
I'm
outback
familiar.
animal. It's her
I am
fucking
familiar
breakdance.
with it.
Okay, so my friend Tyler at work showed this to me this weekend because I had no clue that this happened. So it's the US team doing, like a whatever breakdance routine. And then this girl flopping around like she was just possessed by the devil. I'm
Yep.
thoroughly convinced that this is why this happened. You know how in Freaky Friday, Lindsay Lohan and
Okay.
they like switch bodies, but Lindsay Lohan's character is supposed to be able to play guitar, but the mom doesn't know how to play guitar, so she has to pretend while in the background Lindsay Lohan and her mom's body plays the guitar. I'm thoroughly convinced that the morning of the Olympics, this person's mom and her consciousness got switched, and that's just what her mom thinks she does.
It was just two people blinking during a solar eclipse. That's what
Yes.
happened.
Yes, exactly. They both opened a fortune cookie at the wrong time and their souls switched bodies and her mom does not know how to break dance.
I think probably the more accurate and less fun answer is that whoever's organizes like the getting people recruitment for the Olympics, like the Australian team, didn't know what the fuck breakdancing was and just did as low effort as possible. Like you probably went to a dance studio and went, "Who knows how to breakdance?" Okay, you.
Well, my secondary theory was I want to look up when they decided to have breakdancing in the Summer Olympics because I know it's new. So was it just
It's
like a
it's
last minute they went, "Oh fuck. Oh fuck, we need to have somebody for this." And just
no, it was
all of
announced years ago.
oh, well
It's
maybe it
this is the
was
first time we have it, but
maybe
it was announced like years ago.
maybe they procrastinated and then 3 days before the Olympics they went, "Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Okay, Barbara, you're doing it."
Crikey!
Crikey, Barbara, get over here. Just go to the zoo and do a study. And then just do whatever comes to mind. That's what you're going to do.
Is it like some Aboriginian like totem power where you just like channel animals through you?
That's what it looked like. It looked like she was doing interpretive dance as like a
I
giraffe and then
mean,
she
yeah.
barrel rolled as a crocodile. Like she really goes through, if you look at it with the idea that she went to a lens and is doing an interpretive dance of different animals,
Like,
it's
okay, if
great.
I'm gonna say if there was nobody else there to fucking show her up, I think it isn't as bad as people think it is. It's not good, but
Gimmage.
like her dance in her just general dance is a fine dance. It's just the worst breakdancing in the world.
That's how we learned Gamage is secretly a kangaroo because he looked at that dance and went, "Oh, that's a fine dance."
That's not what I said at all. Don't you put fucking words in my mouth. No, I'm
Also,
saying that like she's doing a lot of dance moves that 90% of people can't do, and like it's on their own, they're
see,
not awful.
the
But
reason that I don't agree with you is because throughout almost the entire routine, she's holding her chin like she just watched,
oh,
like
I know.
like
I'm
she just
aware.
watched
I've seen
Step
it.
Up and is like trying to. She is like when a little kid watches Step Up for the first time and then it goes, "Mom, look at me." And it's yes, small children can do significantly more strange dance moves than unflexible, out of practice adults, but still.
I'm just I'm just saying that like I agree with you there that like she's just like a like yeah, step up, like she does that dumb thing and then it's just like all right, I'm going to show you up infinitely right now. That's hilarious. But I wanted to get off the bandwagon for just a second and say like this is the worst breakdancing in the world, but there are some like unique moves here that would work in a different medium that isn't breakdancing. That's what
Yes,
I'm
that
saying.
is interpretive dancing where you're mimicking outback animals.
I'm going to interpret your bullshit out of my life is what's going to happen here.
You say that far too often for how non-committal you are to that idea.
I'm really bad at following through things. So like I'll say something and then I'm like, "Ugh,
You know what? That's what
I
happened
don't
to
want
her
to do
too.
that.
She said, "I'm going to practice breakdancing," and then went, "Ugh,
I
I don't want to
mean,
do that."
I have a zoo date today anyway.
It's fine. I'll figure it out.
I mean, how hard could it be?
Welcome to We Have That Podcast at Home. I'm on brand Rachel.
And I'm on brand Gamage, and this is our off brand podcast. The only podcast that'll buckle your swash.
Instead of swashing your buckle, kids.
No, it's gonna buckle your swash because you're swashbuckling.
Yes, you have to buckle your swash instead of swashing your buckle. Too many people swash your buckle.
You don't. How do you swash a buckle? Stupid. You buckle the swash.
That's what No, a lot of people get confused and think it's swashing your buckle instead of buckling your swash. I'm saying you're right.
I'm saying that you're using the wrong kanji right now, so it's losing the meaning in translation.
I don't even think we're speaking the same language right now, is what's happening.
I don't think we are either. Let's move on. This is a show. It's our show, and it's not your show, and it's a show like no other where we spin a wheel and do dumb shit.
It's a show like no other, but also in a way, it's a show like every other.
It kind of is. I mean, I know. I look around and everybody bitches about like, why does every podcast just have to be two people talking? Shut up. You make one. Fucking idiot.
Asshole. Each week we play Russian roulette with our success, and we spin a wheel to find out the genre of the next week's podcast. And this week we are attempting the fine art of pop culture. And we're taking it in a new direction this week with something that we have never done before.
Yes,
It's
it's
a
hot goss or slander banter.
Yes, it is a little bit similar to factual or fictitious crimes, but with celebrity gossip.
I will say, in the event that we manage to get through all of the ones I wrote down, I don't think we're going to do an episode 2 of this.
Oh, really?
I mean, look, first of all, I can bet $100 right now that most of the ones we have are going to overlap. And
I'm excited to find out.
at least the true ones for sure. But I feel like there's because every time I found like a bizarre weird facts about X celebrity, it's like 8 times it's like the same one about a celebrity. Like, okay, cool, I get it.
Well,
Rachel's definitely gonna put this one down.
I'm excited to see what we have.
Well, let's load up the cannon of adversity and shoot into the sky of culture and goss that hot
So it's
goss.
hot. It's hot goss or slander banter.
Yes,
Okay.
hot goss or slander
So you
banter.
either have to vote
Because
that it's hot goss, as in there's an article about it, or that it's straight up bullshit
slander
slander
banter.
banter.
I know I'm saying these words, but I'm probably never gonna say them again and just stick with true
No,
or
I was
false.
trying really hard to remember them in an attempt to maybe use them.
No, it's a fun gimmicky thing, and like I said, we'll never touch it again. And I'm pretty sure that like once we get through these, because I mean, yeah. God, fact checker's really writing this fucking swashbuckler thing. She has just spent the last 10 minutes not shutting up about this.
She wrote a 3-page essay in the last 10 minutes about this swashbuckling shenanigans.
Which is weird because like last week we asked her to write like a 10-page essay in her
You
own
moved
words about
on too
something else,
fast.
and she didn't. She picked whatever she wanted to do an essay on. That's not how college works.
It's not how
Or
courses
maybe it is. I don't
work.
know.
All right, do you want to go first?
Sure. Swashbuckling, engaging in daring and romantic adventures with bravado or flamboyance, a crew of
That's
swashbuckling
slander
buccaneers.
banter.
Thanks.
Don't talk about that swash like it buckles.
Buckling your swash is a verb that is actually back formation of the word swashbuckler. Oh, is that how the joke worked? The word swashbuckler comes to the 16th century fighting style of sword and buckler play. In this style, fighters used a small shield called a buckler. Any RPG fan would know that. And a short, heavy Italian rapier.
Why do you have to call the Italian rapier short and heavy? Can't you just say that he has a nice personality?
It's short and stocky. All right, let's fucking
Swash this buckle.
Fact checker says you don't have to acknowledge everything I said. I didn't even realize that you misspelled. I wasn't making fun of you. I just read it how I saw it. I'm sorry.
Fuck you. You're on your own now.
I was just reading what I saw because I had you opened, and it was just that.
This is why you read before you speak.
I'm sorry. That was you. That wasn't me.
Have you read the book The Last of the Soekins?
My wife is upset. Please stop. Okay.
I'm crying.
All right. So let's start with a very easy one that I found in every single article on every corner of the internet.
Yep.
Oh, I guess I'm saying it that this one's true. That's fun.
What? Oh, because you announced it. I see. You could be lying.
Let's start from the top. Morgan Freeman almost died from autoerotic asphyxiation.
Is this the one that you just said is in every article across the entirety of the internet?
Maybe it is. I'm gonna cut that out though. So.
Hot goss.
Hot goss?
Yeah.
Well, that's slander banter.
Damn it! I knew you were setting me up for failure.
You really think Morgan Freeman was just like jerking it out while getting strappled by a belt?
He was getting strappled? Are you sure he wasn't getting his swashbuckled?
Well, I had the word like strangled, straddled, and belt strap, and then I'm like, let's do strappled. And like I consciously did it too. Like that sounds like a fun word. Let's see if I can put it in and adopt it.
I liked it. I approve. Yeah, slander banter makes sense. The only reason that I went with hot goss is because you started with every article on every corner of the internet.
Bitch,
and I was
now
like,
I have
well,
to cut
celebrities
that
are
out.
weird. I'll keep saying it.
Okay, then I'll just keep cutting it. You're making more work for me.
Yes, that's why I'm going to keep saying it. I don't know what part of that confused you. In 1992, Paula Abdul survived a plane crashing into a cornfield.
I believe that.
So you're going with Hot Goss?
I'm going with Hot Goss.
It is somewhere in between Hot Goss and Slander Banter, because she has apparently
Ooh.
talked about it a lot, and there is not a single record of it happening.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Who else did that? I think it was Trump who said that he had like a helicopter like emergency landing, and everybody's like, no.
Yep.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so nobody knows if Paula Abdul's just a liar or not.
I mean, she is, but
But
in this
especially
instance, we
about
don't know.
cornfield and plains.
Well, that's fun. That's one I didn't find, so that brings promise to my heart.
Uh-huh. I'm curious if we're actually gonna have any crossover.
I feel like we are. Like, there's a couple that I'm like, okay, I've seen this is like my 8th time reading this. All right, next one. Katy Perry collects celebrity hair.
Oh fuck. I like that we went with two very different formats for introducing our things. Um Celebrities are so weird sometimes. I'm gonna go with Hot Goss. I want it to be real.
That is Hot Goss.
I was like, I feel like I've maybe heard this before, and I
Yeah,
would like her to be that weird.
This one is the most common one I found in my search. Like when I was just Googling bizarre celebrity facts, weird celebrity stories, weird things. Every single one told me that Katy Perry collects celebrity hair. Apparently, at the Grammys, she asked for Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus for a lock of their hair because they were sharing like a dressing room back in the day, and they just fucking gave it to her. So she just has them tied up in her purse like at all times,
In her
like
purse?
a fucking witch.
Like a witch. Katy Perry is actually a witch, and she uses these locks of hair to do like a changeling effect where she just turns into that person for 15 minutes at a time.
Makes sense, yeah.
That's how she sneaks around all of these public affairs without being seen.
But the evidence to the contrary, she wants everybody to listen to Woman's World and she wants to be the center of attention. So maybe not so much anymore.
Yeah, but
Maybe now's the time to start using that hair, girl.
No, I think she uses the hair to plan events. Like if she sneaks into a venue as Taylor Swift, she's now gathered all of Taylor Swift's fans into one area, and then she can bust out as Katy Perry and hopefully start
Haha! It's a woman's world.
switching them into Katy Perry fans.
There's a short I saw the other day where somebody compared It's a Woman's World to a Macy's commercial, and they played a Macy's commercial with Woman's World on in the background, and it was fucking uncanny.
Could you find this? I would like to see it because I also haven't listened to that song.
I'll find it, yeah. The original short is like about talking about how recession pop is back, like how, back in like the recession, the 2007s there was like a lot of good pop music, and then it just kind of died for a bit, and like now it's back with like, Chappell Roan, Charlie XCX.
Yeah, we're getting a rebirth.
And other people too, but not Katy Perry. She didn't do it right.
Yeah, Katy Perry isn't quite in the group on either end of that.
Like, I don't think anybody would care as much if A, she didn't do it with the guy that assaulted fucking Kesha, and B, if she didn't make such a big deal out of it. Like, she teased it for weeks. And then it came out and everybody's like, okay.
Well, it's like when someone thinks it's like me when I tell you a really terrible joke and I think it's funny. I'm really proud of it right up until there's silence afterwards.
Yeah, but you're not going crazy and like saying, well, I'm going to get Kamala Harris to use this joke and I'll be famous then. Like,
maybe I am, and you just haven't seen me run with one long enough.
That's a good point.
I could be building up my Kamala Harris support in the background. In 2001, Ashton Kutcher's date was murdered. So they didn't end up going on the date.
Actually, he showed up to her home and she didn't answer the door, and he looked through the window and saw a pool of red on the floor and thought it was wine. This is a true hot goss fact, because I have it too.
Yes, it is. Oh, look, there's our crossover. Yeah, no, in 2001, like you said, showed up to the door and she was stabbed 47 times.
God, that's a lot.
That's a fuck of a lot.
imagine just like how Caesar was stabbed as many times as he was. Just imagine stabbing somebody and then like
Now
doing it
imagine doing it
again
again.
and again and again, and you're like, whew.
Yep.
Salvador Dali had a pet anteater.
That would be so fucking cool. I'm gonna go with hot goss because I really want it to be real.
That is hot goss, and it is real, and there is a
Yes!
photo of it.
That's sick
There's like
as
a
fuck.
there's a famous photo of Salvador Dali like leaving the New York subway with like a fucking anteater on a leash.
It's the most powerful thing I've ever heard in my life. Leaving the subway with an anteater on the leash.
It's kind of fucking baller.
Do you think he had a side gig offering lawn care to people? Where if they had an ant infestation, he would just show up with his anteater on a leash and watch him snack like it's a picnic?
I've thought about it because I really hate ants, and then I realized like having an anteater is like much worse of a situation than having ants.
You think so? You own cats. You think an anteater's that much more work?
Yeah.
Why?
Anteaters get kind of big, first of all.
Yeah, but I feel like they have to be less like they are not that involved. He eats all the ants from your yard, solves that problem for you, fucking lays out in the sun, does anteater things.
Thank you, fact checker. There's the photo that I was talking about.
That is the coolest fucking photo I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty good. But I mean, like,
I want an anteater. I want to feel powerful.
But I don't think we have enough ants to fully satiate an anteater, you know?
I need a James Bond film where the villain, like, you know how there's the in Austin Powers how he always has the naked cat? And he's like, I want $1 billion.
Mr. Bigglesworth?
Yeah, I think so. I want essentially a James Bond film with that type of villain, but he just has an anteater on a leash. With maybe like
There's weirder animals
lasers
you can
attached
have.
to his forehead.
I mean, I feel like anteater is up there in like the top 5 like weird animals to have to feel powerful with.
Yeah, and it's not about being the weirdest. It's about it needs to be just weird enough that it's not distracting, but you're very confused by it.
But like it's one of those like how the fuck do you have that? Like I feel like it's a little much if you're like walking around with a tiger like, "Oh, you have a tiger. I get it. You have a tiger guy and you're rich and shit. So does Tiger King. Who cares?" No, an anteater's like that perfect level of like, this is weird and I don't know how or why you have that.
Yes, like
you said, it's powerful.
Yeah, you would have had to really make a request. Like you talk to some black market poacher who normally captures elephants for their ivory and tigers for their skin and said, I need you to abduct an anteater for me.
It also has to be small enough. And I feel like the anteater does like fit that criteria enough.
Yeah, it's like large dog size.
Yeah. What other animals would be perfect for this? I mean, platypus is up there, but
they're a little too small. I think is the problem with the platypus.
Yeah, you can't walk off the subway like a fucking boss with a platypus.
Yeah, like it would be funny, but it's not intimidating. If somebody walked up to me with an anteater, I really truly would not know how to feel.
Like anteater, I don't think anteaters are like dangerous at all.
No, I know, but that's what I mean. Is I wouldn't
so
be
like I
wouldn't know what to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be very confused.
The largest of the 4 anteater species, the giant anteater, reaches 6 to 8 feet in length.
That's a long bitch.
Yeah, they like there's that there's like all of those videos and stuff where like the anteater like stands up to like, you know, get other
to ant eat.
No, to ward off predators. There's that famous painting. You know that painting of that diner?
Was it made by Salvador Dali?
No, it's like a diner painting.
Yeah, with the guy just sitting by himself in the diner.
Yeah, but there's like somebody like repainted it where it's that, but there's like an anteater outside doing the pose, and like a chair has clearly been thrown at the window. Fact checker, find that. That is the exact pose I was talking about. But find the painting. I know I have it somewhere, but I know you can too.
I love the arms wide open front of the Titanic pose that the anteater is doing.
It's closer to like the "come at me, bro" than it is like "I will go, my heart will go on." That's the one. That's the one right there.
I don't know. I think if you put Leonardo DiCaprio behind that anteater, it would feel like My heart will
There's
go
the
on.
painting I was talking about.
I know, it's really good. I love it.
There has to be a better quality, please, though. It's Banksy, I think. I don't know if it is.
I would love if that was true. Is that hot goss or slander banter?
All right, it's your turn? Yes, because I just talked about
Yeah,
anteaters for
because
like
we just
10
talked
minutes.
about anteaters for a while. Oh, fuck. Sorry, before we move on from anteaters, do you know that Family Guy bit where I think they're making fun of Sarah Jessica Parker or something, and it's her at a
Renee
picnic?
Zellweger.
Renee Zellweger, and it's her at a picnic eating ants.
I know all the Family Guy
And that's
skits.
one
I
of
don't know
my
why, but
favorite Family Guy skits.
you mean all this part picnic is ruining our ants? Yeah,
Yeah. And then it's like
something
the
stupid like
wash a
that.
man, won't you take me by the hand? Well, she just.
Look around. I think it's
Yeah,
just
there you
another
go.
Counting
No,
Crows
yep,
song.
yep.
It's
No, you're right. I think it's that one. The point is, it's ridiculous. All right. Hot goss or slander banter. In 1988, after the success of the Margaritaville restaurants, Jimmy Buffett started a chain of Buffett's buffets. They failed.
Oh, in addition to the restaurants. I'm like,
Yeah.
everybody knows the Margaritaville
No, no,
restaurants.
no, no, no.
I'm
Like a
God.
separate chain of Buffett's buffets.
Yeah. This sounds like it could be true, but I'm gonna fucking flip the script and say that this is slander banter.
It is indeed slander banter.
Ooh, I knew it. Because that was so close. I'm like, that could be real. I could be Mandela affecting myself right now.
That was my hope, is that you'd be like, I don't know. I'm glad it
I
threw
mean,
you
that's
for
good
a
enough.
second.
Yeah, it's good enough. Oh, this one's fun. Pierce Brosnan hit and killed a mother and daughter while driving in Ireland.
I just looked at a list of celebrities that have murdered people with their cars, and I'm trying to remember if he was on it. I know that's Matthew Broderick did that, so I'm gonna go with slander banter, and it's not Pierce
Yes.
Brosnan.
I totally there's a couple where I'm like, I got the actual fact down and then I just changed the celebrity, and that
Oh,
is
nice.
indeed one of them. Reminder that Matthew Broderick hit and killed a mother and daughter in Ireland.
Yep. Reminder that Matthew Broderick is a murderer and only had to pay 100 euros to get out of that crime.
Yeah, it's been like,
Which is
I think
fucking
10
insane.
episodes since that.
Yes, it's been a while, because that was the Godzilla episode.
We got to keep bringing it up. All right, you go.
I want to slander banter Matthew Broderick with his own life. After a dinner party, an eyewitness stated that Jeff Goldblum likes to have other people cut up his food into tiny child-sized bites before he will eat it.
I feel like that's true.
I don't know how true it is, because it is like I had a friend who went to a dinner party story,
It's
so I don't know how legitimately true it is, but it is hypothetically hot goss.
that sounds about right.
It's somewhere between the two, much like Paula Abdul's lost plane. Maybe the Children of the Corn just took the plane, and that's why there's no evidence of the crash.
Shirley Temple was investigated by the Vatican.
Oh, hot goss.
Yes, it is.
Fuck yeah, tell me more.
There was a rumor that she was too talented and therefore was an adult. So the Vatican did some fucking espionage to find out that Shirley Temple was in fact a little girl.
Why was the Vatican so invested in that
don't know.
particular process?
None of it defies all logic that.
Our next episode should just be things that the Vatican has investigated, hot goss or slander banter.
We could make that our next episode, and then the episode after that, we apologize and announce cancellation of the podcast.
Yeah, because the Vatican's abducted Gamage. Brittany
We won't
hasn't
say
seen him
that
in 3 weeks.
explicitly. And we just get a guy that says he's Gamage, but he has a Spanish accent and is clearly not me.
Oh my god, it's perfect. Let's do it.
All right, your turn.
In 1986, Anthony Perkins found out he had HIV by reading the tabloids at the grocery store.
I think that's true. I don't know if that actually was him, but I remember hearing this story of like somebody finding out the hard way through a tabloid.
Yup, that is hot goss. Apparently, he was in the hospital for something else and did blood work, and the nurse ran his blood against, like, he didn't never signed off on it.
Yeah,
She found
I
out he
remember
had
that.
HIV and talked to the tabloids about it. So he was in the grocery store and read about this situation and went, "Oh, fuck."
Which sucks.
Yeah,
There's
he
no worse way to find out
No,
than
that's
that.
fucking awful. I think like only at the time only his wife knew that he was sick and going to the doctors. So it was like a real awkward way to be like, "Oh, hello world," and then die of AIDS in 1992 or something like that. It's a
All
rough
right.
couple of years.
Nicolas Cage had a 9-foot tall pyramid shaped tomb built for his final resting place in New Orleans.
Holy Christ. That sounds like something Nicolas Cage would do, but I'm also pretty sure. Because here's my thing. Here's my thought process.
Right.
Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage, so that already
Uh huh.
puts a point in the hot goss category.
That's true.
And then you add in that Nicolas Cage, I think, had to sell one of his $1 million
Yeah,
homes in Southern California because he was terrible with money, which
that is
you
also
would
true.
think adds a point to the slander banter, like how could he
Yeah, no, I
afford
get
to
it.
do that? But really, that point should be moved into the
Right.
hot goss category because
Yep.
that's probably where the money went instead of paying
Yeah,
for the house. So I'm gonna go with hot goss. That's true, and that's happening.
that is true, and that happened.
Yes, fantastic. Do you have pictures?
I don't know. Fact checker might, but I think this is one of the things where he just talked about he has like on the is it Alan Graham show? Graham Norton. It's Graham
Alan
Norton.
Graham Bell? What?
Alan Graham Norton Bell Tam Nicolas Cage.
Nucleus Cage. The nucleus is just a cage inside the cell. Oh.
His best friend Mitochondria.
Oh, I like the picture the fact checker posted of a dude in like a British boxers standing outside the diner.
That's a Banksy. That yeah.
That pyramid is a Banksy.
That feels like it's real. Like that feels like that's the
What does
actual
omnia ab uno mean?
Uno means one.
Omnia ab uno. Nicholas's Cage's pyramid tomb. Everything from one is what that means.
Hilarious. All right, it is your turn.
In 2018, Lindsay Lohan got punched in the face by a Syrian refugee.
I'm gonna guess false.
That is hot goss. In
Hilarious.
2018, Lindsay Lohan found a family on the street that supposedly she confirmed that they were Syrian refugees, and then she started filming them as she tried to abduct this woman's children and was like, "I'll take them to a hotel for a night. They'll be safer there." I think she was only trying to take one of them, which is also weird because there was two kids.
Yeah,
And
it feels
they
like
started
virtue signaling.
and then she started harassing the mom when she wouldn't let her take her children to a hotel and telling her that she needed to work harder to take care of her children and she was setting a bad example by living on the street with them. And then so the family started trying to leave and she kept following them and harassing the mom and trying to steal her kids. So the mom punched her in the face. And she
Yeah, that
posted
sounds
it
right.
on her own Instagram, which is also really funny.
Gwyneth Paltrow has been held up at airport because her vagina-scented candle set off some drug dogs.
I wanted to be hot goss, but I'm gonna go with slander banter.
It is indeed slander banter.
Damn, it would be
I
so
feel
funny. It
like
was
it's
hot
so
goss.
obscure and just close enough to
It's
to like I could see that happening.
it's
I'm reading that tabloid in my mind right now.
it's just Gwyneth Paltrow-y enough that it sounds real. All right, I have my favorite one for you.
Yep.
In 1998, Melissa Joan Hart, which this is important, who played Sabrina in
Sabrina.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch, was arrested for public
And
intoxication.
Clarissa from Clarissa Explains It All. Bitch.
Okay, sure. Was arrested for public intoxication, breaking and entering, and theft for trying to steal a black cat from somebody's house and drunkenly yelling that it was Salem.
I'm gonna guess that's true.
No, that's slander banter. Melissa Joan Hart is a saint.
Kevin Hart once got into a physical altercation with Aziz Ansari on the set of The Chicago Spice.
Slander banter?
You're going to slander banter?
Mm-hmm.
That is slander banter. None of that is real.
Yes.
The Chicago Spice is not a movie.
Like, none of this happened at all.
Aziz Ansari, not even a real person.
Doesn't even exist. He's just a figment of your imagination.
Well, it's a Kevin Hart character. Everybody knows that.
Yes. Yeah, he can't. Well, I mean, he could beat himself up, but. While talking to or John Krasinski, while talking to a fan, had someone shove their fingers into his mouth.
I think I remember hearing about that. I'm gonna go with hot goss.
Yeah, that one's true. And the reason that it got in there is I just randomly, recently, before we even decided the premise of this episode, came across a video where he's describing that this girl who was super blasé and just like, hey, my friend thinks you're really funny from that show you do.
Yeah.
Can you come say hi to her? And so he goes to say hi to her friend. And in the middle of him talking, the blasé girl just shoves her fingers down his throat. And the interview is great because he's like, I looked at her and I didn't know what to do. So I just stared at her and she went, I'm sorry, I just wanted to. And then left. It's just fucking insane.
I mean, like, that happens. I feel like that's pretty common with actors who were kind of small time, but then like they do a TV show or a movie that's like all of a sudden big, and they're huge celebrities. They can't walk down the street without getting attention. I feel like they're the ones that get the crazy fucking fan stories like that.
I'm just
because
surprised
they're
that-
not like acclimated to this new like fame environment.
Well, I'm just surprised that it's the girl that like didn't give a shit about who he was that did it. Like she was just like there.
I'm pretty sure she knew who it was and
No,
was
I'm saying-
a fan,
I'm-
but was like, "Oh, you
Oh,
know,
you
just
think she was trying to play
playing it off."
cool.
Yeah, because
So she could shove her fingers down his throat.
yeah, because if she's just like a fangirl and like you know getting super close, she has less of a chance of getting her fingers down that throat.
So it's all a ploy. Her friend actually doesn't even know who he is. Never even seen The Office. All right, your turn.
Angelina Jolie hired a hitman to kill herself.
Dude, I feel like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt are kind of weird.
Oh, well, you heard it here first, folks.
I'm going to go with slander banter, though.
That is true.
What? I need details.
I don't have the details. I forgot to, but apparently, what had happened was early in her fame, she was incredibly depressed, and she didn't actually hire a hitman yet. She like found a hitman and was talking about a contract to kill herself because she didn't want to commit suicide, but she did want to stop living, which I can understand. But the hitman actually talked her out of it.
Is that what the movie The Hitman is based on?
Yes.
Slander banter, false.
Slander. That's probably my favorite fun fact on here. Is that I heard her and I'm like, that's insane.
That is fucking wild. All right. In 2013, Justin Bieber bought a monkey, which was then confiscated at the German airport.
God, that is so believable that I'm actually going to go with slander banter.
That is actually a real thing that happened.
That's insane.
He decided to get the monkey, I guess, and then it's something about the monkey's like endangered in Germany or some shit, so they confiscated it from him, and then it took the monkey like an obscene amount of times to acclimate to living in the zoo, and also asked for an $8,000 fine.
Which is wild because like you bring a monkey to Germany and they're like, that's endangered. We don't have any of those monkeys here. We're taking that.
Yeah, pretty much. That's basically what
I've never seen a
happened.
monkey like that in Germany before in my life.
Yeah. He
All
goes
right.
for his next monkey. I'm not going to bring him to Germany or travel with him anymore. As if he got another monkey. And then I'm sorry, hold on. The reason people are always like, why did you get a monkey? If you could get a monkey, well, you would get a fucking monkey too. Monkeys are awesome. That's the reason.
I don't want a monkey. That's me though.
I don't think I'd get a monkey. I might like do like a meet and greet with a monkey, but I don't think I would get my own monkey. That seems like
A
a lot
meet
of
and greet
work.
with a monkey. Oh, I've
Yeah.
seen all the movies you've been in. Rachel McAdams is the heiress to the Kellogg's company.
Oh. Slander banter?
Yes,
That would
Slander
be
Banter.
so great though. I like the
I feel
weird
like it was
facts
just
that you rolled with.
obscure enough.
Yeah. Like it could happen. There's a cannibal was the heir to the Arm& Hammer throne until he got dethroned for being a cannibal. That is not slander banter. In 1969, Samuel L. Jackson held Martin Luther King's father, MLK Sr., hostage.
I'm gonna guess Slander Banter.
That's fucking true.
Jesus Christ.
Apparently, he was the some like higher up on the board of directors or like dean of the college that he went to, and he got sick of like educational decisions that they were making or lack thereof, and so his solution was to take him hostage. And that is a fact of something Samuel L. Jackson did in
I know that Samuel
1969.
L. Jackson. I know that Samuel L. Jackson used to be like a thug and would rob people, but I didn't think that he came across Martin Luther
He
King like that.
he was a well-educated thug. Yeah, Jackson was expelled from Morehouse College in 1969. It was the summer of 69. We were abducting people. After
Uh,
deciding the best way to stage a protest at his disappointment in the Educational Institute's curriculum and administration was to take the board members hostage and lock them down on campus. Oh, he took multiple people hostage, one of whom happened to be Martin Luther King
dude,
Sr. That's incredible.
Slander Banter or the other one. Freddie Mercury has a Ninja Turtle tattoo. Had a Ninja Turtle tattoo, I
Yeah, there you
guess.
go. I was like, careful.
I mean, he still might if it,
I'm gonna go with slander banter.
Also, Slander Banter.
Fuck yeah.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, we've only had one crossover so far. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, I stopped going in the true. I'll do a true one next. That's what I'll
Okay.
do.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Kanye West has a framed photo of him interrupting Taylor Swift at the VMAs hung in his living room.
God, I feel like that's true though, because like only he would have the audacity to fucking do that. And if you tell me it's slander banter, then I'm gonna call bullshit on that because I want to see the inside of his house to prove otherwise. Because I feel like he does.
You know what's funny is I was gonna say it's slander banter because I made it up, but I am pretty sure he probably would.
Yeah,
So we'll call it a gray area. It's hot banter, is what it is. It's a little bit of both.
lukewarm.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson's dad was a hitman.
Ooh, I want that to be hot goss so bad that I'm choosing hot goss.
It is hot goss. It's true.
That's cool as shit. Are you ready?
Yes.
Taylor Swift has a framed photo of Kanye West interrupting her at the VMAs in her living room.
That is 100% true. I did read that.
Yeah, that is hot goss. That is a thing that she has.
Just because, like, she's the kind of person to, like, laugh it off and kind of, like, that was a claim to fame for her, is that it's so stupid that she has to memorialize it to move past it.
Yeah, supposedly the frame has a caption that says something about, like, life's little interruptions is the caption of it, which is kind of actually really funny.
Ryan Reynolds had a fear of flying due to a skydiving mishap where his parachute didn't work.
Hot goss. That seems like something that would happen to him.
That is indeed hot goss.
Damn, that'd be fucking terrifying.
I'd be afraid of flying too.
Yup. That's a pretty easy. I'm terrified of that now. In 1988, Madonna assaulted a 10-year-old.
I'm gonna guess slander banter.
No, that is hot goss. There was an entire news article about it with pictures and everything. I didn't read it, so I don't have details for you. I just know that she hit a 10-year-old.
That all sounds so
Oh,
plausible.
she was hitting the 10-year-old because he took a picture of her.
Doesn't matter what age, you can't do that.
Yeah. He's trying to be a young paparazzo, and she punched him in the face for it.
Ooh, Dwayne The Rock Johnson had breast reduction surgery.
Slander banter?
That is hot goss.
What? Were his pectorals too
That is
big?
hot goss. Actually, when he was a teenager, I guess he was a little too had too much mass, so he didn't like the shape of his pec, so he got the male reduction breast surgery. God, my words suck right now.
That's wild.
The sentence or the fact?
Both. All of it. All of the above. In 2014, as the show came to a close, the producers of How I Met Your Mother cleared up the common misconception that Bob Saget voiced, quote, grown up, end quote, Ted Mosby.
What do you mean? They cleared up that he was the voice actor? Because he is.
No, they cleared up the misconception that people think Bob Saget is the voice actor, because he's not.
But he is.
It's not what the article says.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go with hot goss.
No, I made that up. Yeah, Bob Saget is grown up Ted.
Thank you. Fuck's sake. I'm like, you're using like he's not him. And I'm like,
you're living in mystery over
my
there.
My brain is cooking in an oven right now. I'm like, he definitely is.
You're under your blanket. You're not thinking straight.
Yeah.
Oh, your turn.
Wait, I said hot goss at that, but I meant the other one. Because I said he definitely is.
Yeah. No. You had it right then. It's slander banter.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. Is because I was saying, like, I think I was saying my statement was hot goss, and I'm stupid. But yeah. Are you guys keeping score? Fact checker asked. No, we are not.
No, Gamage told me keeping score was a dumb idea, so we haven't started doing that. Even though I think it'd be funny.
I mean, I don't feel a point in it, like, because like I feel like you're doing better than me on this, but I know that like the movie one.
Oh yeah, you do way better. No, I just think it would be fun to, even if we don't keep score, to like gamify some of our things. I think ends up being entertaining. Of like when you have to choose and see if you're right or wrong about something, it kind of adds a layer of interest.
Sure, but I know that you have like some insecurity, so I don't want to like start grading your performance on things. I feel like that'd be unfair to you.
No, I love being degraded because we know I'm gonna lose.
Maybe I'm talking about myself.
Aw, you sensitive.
You as like
you're projecting your insecurities onto me.
Nobody does that. All right, next one. Halle Berry has given at least 100 tattoos to different people in her free time.
Hot goss.
That is slander banter.
Damn it. It seemed just weird enough that it might be true.
But this is actually true of Margot Robbie.
Ah, okay, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
I love Margot Robbie. In 2005, an article wrote that Adam Levine has a micropenis.
I'm going to guess that's hot goss, but that might not be true, but I'm sure an article out there somewhere that a newspaper has written has said that.
Yeah, that is slander banter, though I'm sure at some point someone wrote that about him.
That's the technicality I was shooting for. Is like,
yeah, it's kind of like when I was in elementary school and I was walking home and I came up with the concept that a man boob is a moob. And I'm definitely not the first person on the planet to come up with that. I just reached that conclusion simultaneously with many other people.
No, it's the population effect is weird. Where like everybody kind of thinks of the same thing when we're original. Like if you're reading something on Reddit or YouTube and you're like, I thought of a funny comment, and you find out that like 10 other people have beaten you to the punch.
It's not that you didn't think of it organically. It's just everyone else also had this thought.
Brains are dumb. Okay.
Adam Levine has a micropenis. Continue.
Allegedly. Vin Diesel was discovered at a wet t-shirt contest.
Like, okay, hold on. Like, he was discovered as a famous person, as in this
No,
was his breakout experience, or like someone snuck into a wet t-shirt contest
and they
and
just saw
found
him
Vin
there.
Diesel. Yeah.
No, like he was discovered by like a scouting agent or some shit.
I'm gonna go with Hot Goss. That feels reasonably true for Vin Diesel.
It's slander banter.
Damn it. Terrence Howard believes that math is wrong in a
That is
conspiracy
hot
theory.
goss, and it is crazy. The story, fucking Jesus Christ, he's
Yeah,
so crazy.
Google terology. He believes that the concept of 1 times 1 equals 1 is a conspiracy theory, and that it is in fact 1 times 1 equals 2. What if he just has like dyslexia and he can't tell that an addition symbol is different from a multiplication symbol?
Isn't the term for it like dyscalculia or something like that? Oh, that's when you can't do math in your head, I think is what that is.
No, well, it's also when you mix up numbers. So like
That's just
35 becomes 53.
That's just standard dyslexia though.
No, dyslexia is letters, dyscalculia is numbers.
I
You
thought
can't keep,
dyscalculia
like
was
if
like you
I
can't do
told you
math in
like
your head.
2501, you'd be like 2150. Like you can't remember the order of the numbers.
I'll take
think.
your word for it because I don't have enough passion in my life
Slander
to
banter. Rachel's full of shit.
what?
No, I just the only reason I'm like halfway confident about that answer is because I know for a fact that my friend has dyscalculia, and I'm pretty sure that's the problem.
I feel like it just kind of goes hand in hand. Fact checker says dyscalculia is a learning disorder that disrupts a person's ability to understand numbers and math related concepts. Children usually show symptoms between the ages of 6 and 9.
That's a fucked up age range because 6 and 9 are very similar to one another.
It would be way funnier if it said children usually show symptoms between the ages of 9 and 6. Like the person
Yes,
who
it
wrote
would.
this.
Got them confused. Oh, that'd be great.
David Tennant intended to play professional football, soccer, but a back injury forced him out, and a drama teacher pushed him toward acting. At university, because he wore a scarf similar to the Fourth Doctor's, he was nicknamed Doctor Who, and that actually inspired him to go become the Doctor.
Slander banter.
True, that is actually Matt
Damn
Smith. No, I mean, it was Slander Banter.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's not David. I was like, okay. But what
It was
the
actually
fuck?
Matt
But,
Smith. Like
all right,
I
that makes
just
more
swapped the
sense.
names.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think that's how David Tennant, because I was like, 'cause he was a fan of Doctor Who
Yeah,
for a
no,
long time.
David Tennant is like it's in his blood. Matt Smith definitely like stumbled onto it.
Matt Smith, I could see. He seems a bit more athletic than David Tennant. So, all right, this is the last one that I have.
Oh, I have more than that. I have like way more.
Oh, then go again.
Zendaya saw Pirates of the Caribbean as a child and developed a fear of undead skeletons.
Hot Goss.
But slander banter.
Damn it. Oh, I have one more. I just forgot to write it down.
That tells me it's slander banter.
Tom Holland abandoned Madonna on the dance floor.
Did he dance with her? I'm gonna guess slander banter.
That is actually Hot Goss.
Oh, crazy.
Apparently,
How was he ever on stage with her?
No. Apparently at like the Oscars or something, he met Madonna.
Oh.
And he goes, my options were to hyperventilate and faint, or to try to show her my sick dance moves. And then I got out to the dance floor and realized I have only ever done choreographed dancing, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I left very quickly and just left her on the dance floor.
I feel like that's something I would do. Like if I ever met like a celebrity that I'm really a big fan of, is I would just kind of like bail. Just I don't think I could handle it.
Okay, bye.
Will Ferrell is a huge Garfield fan and has spent close to $300,000 on collector's items.
Hot Goss.
Oh, slander banter.
Damn it. I wanted it to be true. I was like, Will Ferrell's weird enough. In 2003, Will Ferrell went feral.
That is true.
Yep. Okay, what's your next one? Because I only have one more. So whenever you get close to the end of yours, I'll do mine.
Oscar Isaac played in a ska band and even opened for Green Day before being famous.
Who's Oscar Isaac?
Oscar Isaac played Moon Knight. He was in the newer Star Wars movies.
Hot Goss.
That is true, yes.
Yeah. Oscar
I like
Isaac's
how
cool.
knowing that he's Moon Knight was like, yes, Scott, definitely for sure. That is, I
Yep.
believe it now.
Yep. I had no premise for answering that other than the confidence of Oscar Isaac is cool. And so he would.
That's fair. That's
Yeah. It seemed reasonable. I was like, hell yeah, that seems like some shit he'd do.
Macaulay Culkin has a pizza themed band.
Oh, that's got to be hot goss. Macaulay Culkin's weird.
Yeah, it is indeed hot goss.
Mm-hmm.
Audrey Hepburn has a pet fawn. Had, I guess.
Oh my god. I want that to be real. So hot goss.
Hot goss, and it is true.
It's not up there with the power of an anteater, but it
You're right,
is.
but it is.
It's up there with more of like giving a mythical vibe.
Yeah, especially like in the 50s, like that's kind of powerful. Like,
Oh yeah, if you went to somebody's house and there's a deer in the backyard and you went, "Oh my god, you just get a herd that rolls through?" No, that's my deer.
Elvis Presley was actually blonde.
That's hot goss. That is true.
Yeah, that's a very common one. I was expecting
Yeah.
you to call that one out. The Weeknd actually has a Hannah Montana tattoo that he got as a joke to be on the show.
Hot goss.
Out of Slander Banter.
Damn it. That seemed like something that he would do.
However, that is true of Stephen Baldwin. Like, Stephen Baldwin did get a Hannah Montana tattoo.
I'm sorry, what? To get on the show?
Yeah, it was a joke. Like, I guess his daughters wanted him to be on Hannah Montana, and he like messaged the showrunner or whatever, and then he was even like saying like, if I got a Hannah Montana tattoo, would that get me an immediate in? And they said sure. So he got a Hannah Montana tattoo like that night, and then he never actually got on the show.
Oh my god. Sorry, I was trying to fight a sneeze. It's weird to me that the Baldwin brothers
I'm gonna fight you.
all look like a stereotypical New York mob.
Yeah.
Like not as much when they were younger, but as older gentlemen, they all look like they've buried a body.
All right. How about this one? Johnny Depp is afraid of clowns.
Hot goss, who the fuck isn't?
Yeah, it's fair. For a second, for like a minute there, clowns were a fetish, like a common fetish. It was weird.
Do you think that died when that whole weird thing of clowns appearing on the freeway and trying to murder people came up, or do you think it just sort of faded out?
No, that was a whole like marketing thing for it.
That was not a marketing thing for it.
It's not proven, but everybody's pretty on the same page that it was.
That is somewhere between hot goss and slander banter.
Well, fact checker can do it, or you can do it, but I won't because I don't care. But like that wasn't happening as much as people said it was.
I don't think it was a matter of how often it happened. I think it was the fact that it did happen at any
I don't
point
think
in
it
time
ever.
in any frequency.
I don't think it ever actually happened. I think that there was like one famous clown murderer, and that's basically it. Gordon Ramsay was almost killed in a documentary shoot
What
by
documentary?
gangs.
By gangs.
By gangs.
Hot goss.
Yes. He was doing a documentary on illegal shark fishing, and a gang in Costa Rica basically got to them and then poured gasoline on him and his crew and held him at gunpoint.
That's
And then-
fucking wild.
Yeah. I mean, if a gang pours gasoline on you, like you pee your pants, and thankfully, like the gasoline covers it up, and the smell does too.
That's fucking crazy. Benedict Cumberbatch was abducted in South Africa.
That is true.
That is indeed true. I only thought about it because of what you just said.
Yeah, it's funny too because I saw these ones next to each other too, and I'm like, I'll go with the Gordon Ramsay one. Ryan Gosling drank melted ice cream to put on 60 pounds on for his role in The Lovely Bones, which he got fired for.
That is hot goss, but it's not Ryan Gosling or The Lovely Bones.
No, that's true. He did it for The Lovely Bones, and then the director fired him.
For why?
Maybe for drinking ice cream. I don't actually know the reason why.
I was thinking Christian Bale does a bunch of that crazy shit.
Eddie Murphy actually played Ruby Rod in The Fifth Element for half of the production before quitting because he and Bruce Willis hated the movie.
Who is Ruby Rod?
Ruby Rod, Fifth Element, super green.
I've seen this movie one time many years
Oh my
ago.
god.
I know it's one that I actually need to watch because I know it's really good.
I've lost
So much respect for me.
all motivation to keep doing this today.
Oh.
Thank you for listening. Let us know if you tolerated this episode, I guess.
I'm gonna go with that's hot goss though.
I mean, no, it was bullshit. I made it up, but yeah, fact checker showed the GIF. That's Ruby Rod.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Don't patronize me now.
I've seen it. It was like a while ago, so I
What
don't remember all the character names.
what music are you listening to?
No, I have one more for you.
I don't want it now. I want to end this.
No.
Oh, okay.
In 1967, Julia Roberts was born, and Martin Luther King
False,
and
false.
Coretta Scott King paid the hospital bill.
Sorry, I was so caught up in disclaiming that she was born. What was the rest of that?
Julia Roberts was born, and Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King paid the hospital bill.
That's true, but I actually think it was about somebody else.
What? No, it's just true.
Okay, because I did find that fact, but I don't remember it being Julia Roberts.
I did not read why, but it is true.
Why?
I did not read why that they felt that they should pay for the hospital bill, but it
Look at
is
that
true.
mouth! Jesus Christ!
You need help.
There's a couple of Washingtons, bro. Jeff Goldblum had a group of 6 people stalking him and had to get a restraining orders on all of them after they broke into his dressing room. Michael Cera was among one of them.
Hot goss, that sounds legit.
That's actually all bullshit. I made that up last night on the toilet.
On the toilet
Bitch.
specifically.
Christopher Walken was a lion tamer.
I want that to be true so bad, but I'm gonna go with Slander Banter.
No, that's true.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Okay, now I'm done. I mean, I have other ones. Tim Allen was arrested before being famous for cocaine trafficking. Everybody knows it. Steve Buscemi is an ex-firefighter, volunteered during 9/11. Everybody knows it. The Tina Fey facial scar one's a really fun one, too.
What?
You didn't hear about that Tina Fey one? Tina Fey's facial scar? She got as a
No.
child. A random stranger ran up to her while she was playing outside and just slashed her face and ran away.
What the fuck?
Yeah, man, that one's true.
That's insane.
What's more insane is what have you been listening to this week?
All right, Jesus is the One. I Got Depression by Zach Fox and Kenny Beats.
Well, what kind of music is this? Like, what should we expect going into this?
Oh, it's a rap song and it has a horse snorting Doritos on the front and like really terrible word clip art. And it's a great song.
I'll take your word for it after I listen to it, which I totally will. I've listened
No,
to
you
all
really
the things
should.
that Rachel has recommended to me.
I
Just
get
like she's
around
listened
to
to all the
yours.
ones I've recommended to
I
her.
get around to them.
That's fair. Actually, no, it's funny. A lot of the ones you recommend me, I'm like, I've never heard of that before. But then, like, I'm editing the episode and I hear you say it, and I'm like, I know this fucking song. What am I talking about? Like, the Syndigo one, I know who Syndigo is. I know the fucking Blonde Boys song well. Fun fact,
do you really?
yeah, one of them, because Matt and Ryan basically leave Syndigo after there was a suicide from one of them, Daniel, and they like made Super Mega, and Matt Watson went on to like try to become a pop star and has a couple of like solos out.
Wild.
Yeah, I'm not recommending them though. What else can I talk about?
What other music can I shove in here last minute?
There was another one where you were saying it. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Oh, the Airplane song. When you recommended Airplanes because you're fucking unique and quirky.
That was intentionally an awful recommendation.
Yes, you're right. But I'm like, I've never heard of that song before. And I'm like, ugh, I know what that fucking song is.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
I mean, yes, I was being sarcastic. No, so I'm actually recommending. I found this artist a couple days ago, and she's a killer. I've been listening to her nonstop. It's
Ooh,
Caroline Kingsbury.
ooh, song.
Very synth pop. I recommend Alabama. Alabama is the song I found. It's not my favorite, but like it's definitely like a whoa, who the fuck is this?
Sick.
It's very like synth poppy. It's Bruce Springsteen-y, if that's a
Ooh,
word.
okay. I'm a fan of this. Well, thank you for listening. If you guys enjoyed our hot goss, or you think we're just full of slander banter, please like, subscribe, download, comment on whatever your most favoriteest podcasting place is. You want us to talk about a thing? Email us at whtpah@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at We Have That Podcast at Home or on WHTPAH on Blue Sky.
Oh, I thought I was muted.
Uh,
Sorry.
Fuck you. Next week, we will be tackling the illustrious and fine art of. It's comedy.
Yay, comedy. What are we gonna do this
Yay.
time?
Funny.
Okay. Thank you for listening. I've been Opera Gamage.
Thank you for listening, and I've been Off Brand Rachel, and this has been We Have That Podcast at Home. Hit us up for more celebrity gossip. Love you. Bye.